Do you sometimes see a beautiful photograph and you think, geez, I wish I could create a painting as beautiful as that? Well, just look at the focal points of these pictures. It's so easy to spot the focus and to direct the viewer's eye inward. These are impressive photos, right? In this video, I'll share 5 easy steps to create dynamic paintings with the secret I stole, I borrowed from photographers and the painters of old to help you create stunning paintings with depth and focus. Artwork that is visually engaging and inviting to the viewer. By incorporating this technique into your painting practice, you can take your art to the next level and create truly amazing works of art. So, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Debbie and I'm a professional artist and painter. I believe that anyone can learn to paint regardless of their age or skill level, and that's what this channel is all about. So, if you're ready to discover the joy and satisfaction of traditional painting or digital painting, then you've come to the right place. Please subscribe to my channel and join me on this exciting journey of artistic exploration and self-expression. Let's get started! Today we will explore what I am calling select focus. I borrowed the idea from photographers because this strategy can be used by traditional painters using oils, acrylics, pastels, or watercolors, and it can be used by digital artists who use tablets. But most especially, it can be used by newbies and professional artists alike. By selectively focusing on specific areas of your painting and blurring others, you can create a sense of depth and realism that can be difficult to achieve with flat two-dimensional painting techniques. With this technique, we will use the principle of depth of field to create a dynamic and visually striking painting. Whether you are a traditional painter or a digital painter, you will learn a terrific secret to creating a piece which invites the viewer into your painting. Okay, so let's put this into practice painting this little guy. In this painting, I want his little face and his little hands to be the focal point. So I've painted his tail already. Now it's time to make it blurry. In this case, with my iPad, I use the Gaussian blur tool. You can see it up there in the corner. You slide your pencil across the screen to increase the blur. If you're a traditional painter, you want to use a mop brush or a softer brush or even a dry brush just to fuzz out or blur to make the background and the rest of the painting not in focus. I really have a blast with this technique. I think you're going to love it too. Here I'm finishing up the background, and then it's time again for the Gaussian blur. Another important thing to mention is if you're working digitally on your tablet, you want to put each object on its own layer. That way it's so much easier to blur and to make things in focus, out of focus, much easier if you have each object on a different layer. So his face will be on a different layer than his hands, his tail's on a different layer than the background, and so on. Even his body's on his own layer. Okay, we're wrapping up the squirrel. I would just move on to finish painting his face and his fingers in great detail. We'll take a look at another one of my paintings. This is the first digital painting I purposefully used select focus. Okay, here we are painting the background. And again, you're just using, if you're a traditional painter, you're just using your brush, filling in color. I'm just looking at the reference photo, trying to decide where I want to add the darks and the lights. And here I am, blurring the background again, and I'll be finishing up by creating a lot of detail in my focal point, that one petal. Okay, here we are starting another painting. It is of my niece's gorgeous little cute dog, Sasha. She's part Chihuahua and miniature pincher. Again, I'm painting the body and the parts that will not be in focus first. That's easier for me. And of course, it's on a different layer since I'm digitally painting. It's Gaussian blur time again. So here I'm blurring out the body. And the next step, I will paint the nose and the eyes especially, very particularly and full of detail. And here's Sasha all finished. Tell me, are you understanding it? Are you getting it now? We'll take a look at another one of my paintings. Okay, I'm painting the lights in the background. And of course, then we're going to smudge them, blur them. And then I'm going to skip right to the finished ornaments because I want you to see that how I smudge the greens in the front as well as the ornament behind the main ornament. Both those items are going to get blurred or pushed out of focus in this particular painting. When you're painting in this style, it's so very important to make sure that you know what your focal point is going to be. So that you must plan out ahead of time. Woohoo! You did it! Now let's do a quick review. But first, if you'd like to see me paint these paintings step by step, please visit my channel. Let's review. Step 1, plan your focal point. Step 2, paint the out of focused areas first. Step 3, for digital painters, paint each object on a separate layer. Step 4, blur, smudge, or soften non-focal areas. And finally, step 5, paint the focal point in full detail. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning about depth of field using select focus painting. This technique is a great way to add depth and interest to your paintings, so give it a try and let me know how it goes in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more painting tutorials. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.